Okay, thank you everyone for joining us for the second edition of our LITE talk. This is our 50-minute talk that we're doing every month on topics related to our industry. This month, as you guys are used to, my colleague Dan is here with me. We're going to talk about dark sky variants of products, post-ups that we have from both of our brands, from FL Lighting and Louis Poulsen. Throughout the presentation, you'll see the links posted on our chat window on the right side of your screen. We're going to post the link to the presentation that we're using in a PDF version, so you guys can use it as a pamphlet. If you want to email it to any of your specifiers, or from those of you who are specifiers, you can have this as a reference for yourself and contact your local agents for any quotations or pricing. We're also going to put the link on our NEO website where you can find all the dark sky variants, so you don't have to go through each of the products individually to find those specific variants. That said, I'll give it to my colleague Dan, so we get right into it.
All right, thank you, Gazar. Let me go ahead and share our presentation. Give me 1 second, I'll pull that up. Success. All right. Well, just want to thank you for spending time out of your busy schedule to go over, spend some time with us. As Gazar mentioned, we are going over a few of post-tops offered by Louis Poulsen and FL Lighting that are compliant to dark sky, or what we'll call dark sky friendly. Dark Sky Initiative promotes lighting solutions that protect the environment, enhance the visibility of the night sky, and improve the quality of life for both people and wildlife. A collection of dark sky friendly post tops by Louis Poulsen and FL Lighting not only preserve the ambiance of outdoor spaces, but also minimize light spillover, ensuring more natural balance between light and darkness in urban environments.
Then I think it's better if you share the screen. They're not seeing the presentation.
Oh, yeah. We're not seeing the presentation. Give me 1 second. Apologize for that.
Click stop share. Yeah.
So
share.
Let's see.
The screen is the window. Yeah, that one.
Let's see if we can get this going. Hopefully we can see what we're talking about. And of course, we do have the chat window open, so feel free to give us feedback. Things are glitching out on us. All right. As I mentioned, both brands, Louis Poulsen and FL Lighting, are developing dark sky compliant products, and as they work towards new products into the future, they will be working with us and offering dark sky compliant products into the future. Here we see Louis Poulsen's products. We've got some familiar faces that go back decades into the metal halide and compact fluorescent days, and a few newer faces that take advantage of LED designs. All right, hopefully you can see our screen. Yep, so we're going over some Louis Poulsen products. We'll go over familiar faces. This is a Tobot post top. It's been in our lineup for decades now. It's actually quite widely used throughout Louis Poulsen, including indoor products, pendants, table lamps, you name it. We also have an outdoor wall and bollard version. It's just a beautiful silhouette, and they've just recently upgraded how these are assembled to be completely dark sky compliant. If you're familiar with the old post top design, the bottom clear lens actually slotted into openings of the outer top housing. Those slots are now eliminated, and you can see in the image here, it's completely closed off top housing. The bottom clear lens is secured from within, so there's no side light emanating from the product itself anymore. So it is 100% zero uplight dark sky compliant product. This was launched back in 1982, as I mentioned, the metal halide compact fluorescent days. This is the pH ellipse reflector silhouette, beautiful and organic in design, and it was based on Paul Henningsen's sketchbook to create that beautiful silhouette of that bell shape, as familiar with the Tobot product line. The LED version has been updated, as I mentioned, to have dark sky compliant, but is also modular in design, easy to update and maintain. Here's some more technical details. Again, small profile, only 11.4 inches in diameter, just under a foot tall. Very clean, simple silhouette, reminiscent of Scandinavian design. Clean geometric lines, nothing fussy or distracting. Has what we call go away with style, so it's beautiful when it's seen in the daytime and also at night. Doesn't compete with any of the architecture, just blends itself into all types of applications. Here you can see in the upper center, there's the bollard, as I mentioned before. There is an outdoor wall product in that same beautiful black finish. The Tobot post top comes in two finishes, a beautiful black and then their natural painted aluminum finish. But of course, we do offer these in custom finishes as needed. Here's a newer design, the LP Xperia, and this was originally released with a dark sky compliant variant. You can see that here. This was designed by our famous designer, Christian Flint. He was challenged to come up with an LED-based post-top design that had all the hallmarks for Lewis Poulsen. That is, it's beautiful to behold, slim, clean silhouette, yet also interesting with an interaction of light and dark sections. They came up with a design which has that unique fin profile. That's a single cast aluminum part. You can see in the image here how the light from the LEDs emanate and reflect between the various fins of the upper housing. It creates a beautiful effect. But of course, it's have downward facing LEDs with interchangeable optics for high performance profiles. So you can really illuminate a wide space as needed. You expect these to be more often used on roadway spaces. So what we do for the dark sky compliant versions, we actually provide a top cover that covers that illuminated ribbed section of the housing itself. And that's an add-on accessory. You can add that on after it's been installed, or of course we can assemble that here at our factory so it comes already pre-installed from our factory. Here you can see how that top cover gets assembled on. It's bolted on through 4 screws, very secure. So you have the option when you're specifying either have the full cutoff or a 0 uplight or a bug rating of U2, which is a semi cutoff without the housing. Again, very sleek, slim profile. I think we've got some animations on this slide here. Obviously, bird's eye view of the LP Xperia. On the right, you see the dark cover. And then on the left side, you can see the open frame. Just a contrast to see how the LP Xperia has a different profile among the different options. All right, another post top from Lewis Poulsen going back a few decades is LP Icon. If you've been around like I've been for a couple decades, you'll remember this was originally released, both versions with a beautiful glowing opal dome to it. That's still available. And originally we had what was called the LP Icon Basic. They've reintroduced that now as the LP Icon Opaque, and they just changed the material of that dome. It's still a beautiful white color, but it doesn't allow any light to emanate from within. So you can mix and match these icons on one project. So if you have, let's say, on a more parking lot area, you want to have the beautiful opal evanescence coming from the opal versions, you can have that. And if you're closer to some residential areas, you want to use the opaque version. If you mix and match these on the same project, you won't see any difference between the products. During the daytime, it's only when they're illuminated at night, you'll see some glowing and some not. So we're happy to bring the opaque version back as a standard to the Lewis Poulsen lineup. Again, these are true 0 uplight. They are dark sky compliant versions. And of course, they've been upgraded to the latest and greatest LED technologies to capture the most highly efficient designs possible. Holman Park, one of the final designs from our world famous designer, Alfred Holman. Very sleek, slim profile post top based around LED technology. And this is similar to LP Xperia, was launched with dark sky compliant variants, and that's true today as well. Here you can see an all aluminum construction with downward facing LEDs to get the performance out of it, yet very slim and sleek, clean geometric lines for the beautiful aesthetics that you see in home and park. Here you can see an exploded view of the construction, again, designed for service and maintain ability into the future. So if you drop off the bottom lens, you don't have to take the product off of the pole to access the electronics. They're built on a removable module, so you can swap out components or the electrical module very easily. On this image, you can see the bottom ring has that glowing opal acrylic ring to it that's self-illuminating from the LEDs. Of course, with the dark sky version, that would be replaced with an all aluminum ring. Here you can see the dark sky version from different angles. Still a very beautiful profile to behold from all angles. All right, and we'll move on to our other manufacturing partner, FL Lighting. Now, we just launched last year with FL Lighting. Some of you might have seen my presentations or meetings about FL Lighting's products. Here we have the NIX 330, again, very slim, small profile, organic in profile and geometry. These are based around downward facing LEDs. These do have an upward angle to the bottom plane for it, and it does have a slight drop down profile for the bottom lens. So this does have an edge glow and some forward throw. What we allow for a dark sky friendly version for the NIX 330 is if we provide a down watt version, you can get down to a U1 bug rating. Again, very clean, simple silhouette to the complete top housing. That's a single aluminum casting, small in profile, 16 inches by 13 inches wide. Of course, all of FL Lighting's post tops have a top-mounted photocell receptacle option available right through the configurator. And NIX 330 also has the added benefit of being able to mount multiples on a single pole with their mid-pole mounting version of that. You can see some more angles for the NIX 330. These are the comfort version where you've got the nice, clean, even distribution across the bottom, just diffusing lens. Here's a wall-mounted version for the NIX 330 family. Again, we think this will be just beautiful in all types of architectural spaces. And we do believe having multiple luminaires on a single pole is an economic solution. If you're limited in budget or where you can put as many poles, you can add multiple luminaires to fill in a wider space. Here's a unique installation with the NIX 330 mid-pole mounting. You've got the extension of the pole above the product itself for a unique aesthetic. And in this project, you see a mix of some NIX 330 on pole tops, and then off into the distance, you can see multiples on a single pole. If we do believe this is a great solution where you need to be budget conscious, or if you just need a different type of profile in your aesthetics, having multiple luminaires on a single pole. Here's that skate park again. We got up to 3 luminaires on a single pole, pretty tall pole. And if you have any questions or particular needs for pole designs, we'll work carefully with you. We have a team of engineers here in Florida to create custom pole solutions to meet your specified exact needs. Another product for FL Lighting is their Way post top. This is more their powerhouse product, up to 101 watts or nearly 11,000 lumens. This does have that broad drop-down white opal diffuser lens. What the engineers at FL Lighting have developed is a way to contour and block the light from the sides of that opal drop-down diffuser to create a true zero uplight version. That's something we can provide today as a modified product, but they are working through the systems to get that as a standard variant. And you should see that on our configurator in the upcoming weeks and months as they prepare all the documentation to provide the zero uplight versions as standard products in the near future. Just some cutaway views. Again, FL Lighting emphasizes a modular design, which are easy to service and maintain in the future. So if you need to open up the products, you don't have to remove them from the pole. Just remove the bottom diffuser with just 6 screws. The electrical module pops out with a quick plug, and you can service the LEDs or drivers very easily. Again, it's a sustainable point of view where the housing itself can be used for many decades into the future and upgrade the LEDs as needed. You see a concept sketch of different applications for the way. This does come available as a catenary suspended version. And I should also emphasize that FL Lighting does have their 25-year service guarantee. So up to 25 years into the future, if you were to purchase one today, they guarantee to be able to provide replacement parts or replacement luminaires as needed. That's their long-term commitment to their product line and how confident they are that these housings and products will last decades into the future. You can see some installation shots. Just a reminder, all of FL Lighting's post tops have the option for a top-mounted photocell receptacle for either simple photocells or more complex wireless controls. With the power of the way post top, we expect these to be used on roadways. Here you can see off into the distance the way post top with that drop-down illumination of that drop-down lens. Off into the distance, of course, dark sky version that wouldn't be visible. Off into the distance, you would just see the illumination onto the roadway itself. And of course, our catenary version for the way post tops. Beautiful in profile. Again, as I mentioned for the LP icon, if you were to mix and match some of these on one project where you've got some with a horizontal light, some with a zero uplight version, they would appear the same during the daytime with that beautiful drop-down white diffuser lens. It would only be at night where you would see a slight difference in the distribution of the light itself. Okay, and the catenary version, you can see different brackets here. I should mention that the cord entry does come into the side of the product itself under the suspension brackets here. And of course, we do have the option for a photocell receptacle on the catenary version. And here you see a beautiful street in downtown Copenhagen where you've got two-way catenary suspended across the street, and then beautiful Focus Park conical post top on the sidewalks itself. Our last product we'll go over today is the turn spot, which is an aimable projector that's pole mounted. With a metal snoot on the turn spot comes in 2 different beam angles, wide or wide flag. Of course, those reflectors are changeable. If you need a tighter or wider beam angle, just contact us. We'll work with FL Lighting to provide that to you. But for a little product, it's got a lot of punch to it, up to 37 watts or over 4,000 delivered lumens. With its adjustability, the turn spot might have some limitations in its aiming for dark sky applications. So you would want to aim it more downwards, of course, to prevent any spill horizontally when it's aimed lower down. And FL Lighting is working on add-on accessories. You can see in the image here where we've got different profiles of snoots. This is a Canon snoot. Can be added on after it's been installed, and that allows greater, higher angles for aiming without the side spill of the light from the reflector and LED itself. So you can aim these at higher angles than you would without those snoots. And we'll be offering those things as standard products once FL Lighting has completed their development of these add-on accessories. I think that the flexibility of the turn spot system and family will lend itself to all types of projects where you can mount multiple luminaires on a single pole, fill in a wide space with fewer poles and lower costs. And of course, it has a wide ability for aiming and adjustability. It can be mounted 360 degrees horizontally, tilt side to side. Of course, you want to limit that tilt on dark sky applications. And we are working on additional brackets, so you're not limited to just a 3-inch diameter pole. You can have wider poles or even tapered poles as needed for your installation needs. Yeah, and here's a illustration of that bracket. You can see some notch design. This is a widely flexible mounting system, again, for tapered poles or different diameter poles. And if you have any questions as far as application and securing these onto different poles, you can work with our engineers. We'll make sure you have the correct solution. That would also include any wall mounting brackets you might need for the turn spot. So we really think this is going to take off very well, be a very flexible product for your application needs. And one final installation shot for the turn spot. Again, multiple luminaires on just a string of poles. And that's it for our presentation. I thank you for your time. Let's check in on our chat. If there are any questions typed in.
Just one question. Peter is asking, FL Lighting is FL Lighting part of Repulsion? FL Lighting is the new outdoor brand that we launched in June 2024. It is just like Repulsion. It's a well-established outdoor lighting brand, or at least for the US. We carry their outdoor products. As Dan mentioned, they have 25 years service guarantee on top of their warranty period. You can find their products listed on our website. We do have a showroom that displays FL Lighting here in South Florida, in Fort Lauderdale. And soon, within the next month or so, we're setting up a pop-up in LA. So anybody on the West Coast can come and see the products themselves. We'll send out separate communication about this with appointment settings and any other events that we're going to do there. So anybody on the West Coast, specifiers or agent who represents us there, can set up any appointment to see the products. I believe my colleague Don already posted the links for you to download or save the presentation that we went through, as well as a link to our landing page on the website where you guys can see all of these variants. I think that's about it. Well, we thank you for your time, and we look forward to seeing you next month for the next edition of Light Talk. Have a great rest of the day. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.